Hey, everybody. Welcome back. This is my live hour. It's called the John Kovach Show or just my live hour. I like calling it my live hour because there really is no agenda here. I have a list of items that I want to cover and things I want to talk to you about, but I also just love going live and being reliable in that sense. This has been an awesome day. I'm going to pull up a banner here. I think these are so cool. Yeah, boom, rocking. Man, there's so much I want to talk about today and cover, but one of the first things that I want to go over is just talk about where we've come from. This morning, I had an awesome podcast interview with a man or a gentleman named Alex Rodriguez. And Alex, I was just flipping through Facebook looking to engage with conversations. And Alex feed, I don't know how we were connected, but he told a story about how COVID-19 caused him to be let go essentially from his job. And in Alex's interview, he told me how the COVID-19 industry shut down all of the restaurants, which caused him as a restaurant manager to go and look for work elsewhere. And I think it was very, very fascinating that in this moment, he realized of several things. Although his insurance was going to be good and covered for a couple months, Alex couldn't just stand there and just let things happen. Most of us bunkered down, tried to wait it out to see if we could, accommodate ourselves by working from home and so forth. Alex said, no, this is my chance. This is my opportunity to try and make other things work while I'm waiting for my job. And so Alex went out and he chased some of his passions like music, art, and family. And he went and started his own record label. I mean, what did you guys do during COVID-19? I didn't start a record label. I started a company based in the Philippines. And I did so because I knew it would help a lot of my Filipino people and a lot of my friends out there. But I didn't start a record label. Holy cow. And not only did he start a record label, but he landed his first client. And they're doing an album launch on Monday. Now, I think it's so awesome. He did all of that in just a matter of a few weeks in a couple months, right? And now he's talking about finding a couple more clients. He says that restaurants are opening back up. He might get his job back. And just like that, his schedule is going to be full. But he says, my goal is to work so that I'm living my dream and my passion, and I can transition out of my management position and into my record label deals. He also said he's an artist, and he sent me towards his artist blog, and I could look at his paintings and buy one or two. Man, it was such a cool morning, and I love that story because we seriously need to recognize that the time right now is the best time in the world to ever do anything. It's fascinating. I took it upon me to go live every day. And yes, I'm calling it my live hour. I like it. The John Kovach Jr. live hour. Thank you. Thank you, Taylor. I'm going to actually bring that up. That's super cool. Welcome to John Kovach Jr.'s live hour. Thank you for welcoming my audience, Taylor. And this is very, very interesting for me because I have taken my content and I've released it to the general public. And everything that Facebook tells me like what my analytics are and who watches it. And I'm not really interested in how many people follow me, how many people like my page. That's part of my campaign. That's part of my movement and my calls to action. But at the end of the day, the most important thing to me is that I take care of you. Yes, that means I'm pointing at you. Here's the camera. I'm pointing at you. I'm going to take care of you. If you decided to jump on today, if you decided to listen to me, if you decided to spend this live hour with me, I need to take care of you and you and you and you, right? And that's all I care about. A lot of people have been criticizing me, and I love the criticism. I absolutely welcome it. But the criticism was, John, what's the purpose? Why are you doing this? Aren't you wasting time? Like, what's going on? Like, why don't you focus on selling things? And the reason is I have been. I've been selling my relationship to you because I'm going to help you. No, I think it's one of the greatest things that I can ever do is to sell me to you, sell my relationship with you to you. So today I'm taking care of you. And I want to just kind of go through a few things because I do have a podcast. I have several podcasts. And then I launched one recently, and I'm going to convert a lot of my live hours over to that. But the Circle of Knowledge podcast is a podcast we produced at Amplified Minds. It has over 20,000 downloads. We are heard in several nations. Okay, this is funny. I'm going to pull this up here. As I look at my computer screen over here, let me just tell you, my listeners by geographical location, I'm just going to start going down the list. 60% of my listeners out of the 20,000 downloads, we have United States, 60%. 5% are from Canada. Oh, my friends. I love Calgary and Toronto and Vancouver. Those are the only places I've ever been. So I love that freaking country, man. Canada. 4% of my listeners are in South Africa. Okay. 3% of my listeners live in the United Kingdom. Okay. 2% of my listeners live in Australia. Interesting. 1%, or I guess less than 1% of my listeners are in Germany. And now it just goes down the list. Now, let me just share with you the less than. So less than 1%. So there's a percentage of 1% where these people are listening in from. It might be one person. It might be two people. I don't know. But let me just go down the list. Germany, India, Brazil, Spain, the Netherlands, Malaysia, France, Sweden, Hong Kong, Kenya, Mexico, Portugal, Singapore, Egypt, Costa Rica, the Philippines, Bayang Magilu, Palestine, Silanganan, Denmark, Ireland, Japan, Norway, Israel, Ghana, Zimbabwe, Austria, Montenegro. I don't even know where that country is. Nigeria, United Arab Emirates. I call them the UAE. Romania, Chile, New Zealand, Oman. Where is? Oh, I'm gonna click on that one. Oman. And then there's two cities in Oman, Muscat and Al Batina South. Al Batina South, okay? So let's go back. Oman. And then I've got people listening all the way from Saudi Arabia, Belgium, Switzerland, Ukraine, Pakistan, Botswana, Tanzania, China. Oh, dude, I'm in China. Argentina, Republic of Korea, Russia, Sri Lanka, Malta, Greece, Thailand, Guatemala, Mauritius. I don't even know where some of these countries are, you guys. Colombia, Peru, Vietnam, Iran, Indonesia. And these are all in order of the most views, listens, and connections. Ecuador, Taiwan. The list goes on, guys. Poland, Qatar, Nepal. I can't even say this one. Uzbekistan. There we go. Mongolia, Turkey, Czechia. Czechia, you guys. I don't know what that is. I think it's Czech. Belarus, Finland, Uganda, South Korea, Tunisia, Croatia, Serbia. Guys, I'm only like 3/4 of the way down. Serbia, Trinidad and Tobago, Iceland, Cyprus, Estonia, Somalia, Hungary, Jamaica, Lebanon, Panama, Bahrain, Slovenia. That's my home country. That's where my kin's from. And they're like most 90% of the way down the list. Bangladesh, Namibia, Latvia, Suriname. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. Kuwait, Zambia, Armenia, Dominican Republic, Fiji, Myanmar, Macau. I don't even know how to say this. Azerbaijan, Honduras, Puerto Rico, Samoa. I'm not going to be really good announcer for the Summer Olympics, you guys. I can't even pronounce half these. Guyana, Uruguay. Sorry, I should say Uruguay. I know people from there. Aruba. That's awesome. I was just in Aruba. Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan, Slovakia, Rwanda, Senegal, Jersey, Bolivia, Cambodia. Oh, and I'm at the bottom of the list finally. Cameroon and Morocco. And this is just from our podcast that I take my content and I produce it. And I'm telling you, I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom of the list to Morocco. And Morocco says, I have one listener and the destination is unknown. But I'm going to go up the list here. I'm going to go up the list to Australia. And I have listens in every city from New South Wales, Victoria, Queensland, South Australia, Western Australia, Tasmania, and Australian Capital Territories. So, you guys, this is interesting because here I am taking a stand on what I love. And what I love is people, and people I invest my time in. I take information and I share it with them, and I give people what I feel like I can help them with. And today I wanted to talk about, the different functions our business should have, and what they should focus on. It's really just so simple. But I love this list, and I love this because I had no idea my voice could reach these countries. I had no idea that just by going live and recording, that my message could reach the world. I have become overnight an international speaker. Now, I won't consider myself an international speaker until I have spoken on an international stage. But I am on a virtual international stage, and you are too. Your posts, your worth, your value, the things you share. Isn't that amazing? I'm blown away. I am blown away at the quality and the value that can be shared through the internet. And I brought off from my book a book called The World is Flat by, I got to look again. Thomas, I almost said Andrew. Thomas Friedman. There's an Andrew Friedman. There's a Locke Friedman. Thomas Friedman. And this is an older book. But it talks about how when the internet was released, how it gave the world access to the world. And no longer did you have people living at the top secluded from everyone else because they had an unfair advantage because of their wealth and their status. The internet has given us unlimited amounts to be the same level, to be at the same level as Bill Gates, to be at the same level as the richest people in the world. The internet and technology and the resources in front of us that are for free, might I add. Anchor.fm, a podcasting platform, is free. I have produced over 50 episodes that have reached all those countries. And so you can't tell me that life is hard and difficult because you just don't have enough time, or you just don't have enough resources, or you just don't have enough assets, or you don't have enough money to get where you want to be or be where you want to be. Now, I know that's a slow game. I know it's a slow game and there's processes, but what you are good at, what your talents are, what you are naturally good at, you can create an ungodly amount of content based on what your talents are because God blessed you with something great. And if you're not sharing that with people, it doesn't matter what, Joe in Bolivia or Jersey or Senegal or Rwanda think of my content. What matters is that I can reach them. And what they do with my message is up to them, but I can give them information. I can challenge them. I can share with them the information that they need. I'm going to go off, you guys. I am pumped. I am fired up. I haven't even lunch yet. I am so fired up about this because I know that gentlemen like Alex Rodriguez, who I interviewed this morning, a new friend of mine. I connected with him randomly on Facebook, following Taylor Douglas. Taylor's name is right here. Following Taylor Douglas's 100 Conversations Challenge. Shout out to you, Taylor. I freaking love this challenge. Just by reaching out to people, I got to interview an individual, okay, who I was just scrolling through on Facebook, somewhere from random in the world, and I loved his story, and I asked if I could interview him. And I learned that he's doing exactly what the entrepreneurial American dream was made for. The entrepreneurial dream, the American dream is the same. It's changed in how it's presented and what the outcomes are, but it is always going to be the same. Our country doesn't have stipulations on who can jump on Facebook and start live streaming or start posting videos or start posting content. It's amazing. We live in a world of opportunity and amazingness. And I can't just like fathom being in a place where people say, oh, that's hard. That's difficult. I'm not in a place to do that. I can't get where I need to be. The Millionaire Booklet, Grant Cardone. It's in my desk. I read it almost every day. I honestly just read a sentence out of this. And chapter 1 is getting rich is not a fantasy. He talks about something, and I want to read this to you. At the age of 8, one of my first experiences with money was walking to the local grocery store. I had a quarter in my pocket to spend at the store. I was excited, giddy, and I felt powerful. I was walking to the store with my brother, fondling my quarter when I had dropped it in the street and it rolled into a manhole. I got onto my hands and my knees, only to discover my arms were too short to retrieve the quarter. I got up wet, dirty, angry, and wanting to cry. I remember going home and telling my father how I had lost my quarter. My father said to me, "You shouldn't play with money." My grandfather later grabbed me and said, "Son, the problem isn't simply that you lost the quarter. The problem is that it was your only quarter. Since that loss, I have been fascinated with the idea of amassing enough money so no single event or loss in my life would ever cause me to be without." You guys, mindset, abundance, technology, it is available to us, and we have unlimited amount of resources. Boom, I'm fired up. Who's fired up, man? I'm so pumped about this. I'm so excited. And if you're questioning the credibility of any of my resources, these countries, I'd be happy to show you. It is in my Anchor account. Cool. Jason says, nothing drastic. Haven't started anything that drastic. Created a couple partnerships and collaborations. One of them amongst us is me. Welcome to Johnny Legend. Nice, dude. I love it. Here, haters are going to hate. Just a sign that you're doing the right thing. I love it. I love it. Montenegro is in Europe. Thank you. I have no idea. Oman is in the Middle East. Thank you. Czechia? No, it's Czechia. It's spelled, man, it's up here on the list, man. Czechia is spelled, come on, where'd it go? I have to scroll all the way down. Oh, I think I skipped Greece. Come on, where did I put Czechia? I'm like halfway down the list. Yeah, so it's Czechia. It's like Czech, like Czech with an IA at the end. Czechia, IA. I don't know. Azerbaijan. Okay. Azerbaijan. I don't know, man. I don't know. Welcome to the World Geography with John Kovach Jr. Oh, and speaking of geography, before we get into our lesson today, I'm actually going to give you guys a tour of my office. I'm really proud of this, and I'm really excited. So I can't wait to be in the Circle of Knowledge podcast. Yeah, man, we're going to sign up. Let's get you signed up for a day to interview. You are making the world a better place than it was 5 minutes ago. It means a lot. I appreciate it. The challenge is awesome. Yeah, the 100 conversation challenge. Okay, let's do John Kovach Jr. Cribs style, and I'm going to take you guys on a quick tour of my my office. And there's a reason why. Because here we have resources, and I'm going to tell you the story of what's been going on in my life. So here in our life, at the Amplified Minds headquarters in Heber City, Utah, we have multiple ventures. We own a merchant processing company. We own an asset management company. We own a venture capital company. We own a marketing company. And we also own a CBD credit card processing company. There are a few others to mention, but they're not really active, so I won't talk about them. We also, in this office space, we house a in-house lawyer, legal team, and we house several consultants. And so there's a lot of traffic. There's a lot of availability, but the traffic has been way low during COVID-19. And because of the traffic being so low in COVID-19, I'm going to ring this one up. Boom. Because of the traffic being low, I never know who's going to be in and out of the office. And I assumed the position of the mega desk, okay, because I'm not a secretary, and this is not me belittling secretaries anywhere or assistants, but it was just the most convenient spot for me to place my books. You guys have seen in my other videos, my book lining up on the wall. I have and then there's like a window. I'm going to show you all that in a minute. But just the other day, it just occurred to me that, with no one in the office and everyone's now working from home and it's becoming a better place, I needed a change of scenery, and I needed to change my lifestyle, because people were walking in and treating me, and I hate that this is happening, but people treated me like a secretary. I'd be in the middle of a broadcast and I'd be interrupted by some person saying, yo, and they wouldn't even be polite. They'd be like, yo, tell me where this is. And I'd be like, go down the hall. And the respect was so low, and it made me appreciate what assistants and managers and secretaries do for a lot of people in the world. And I just could not stand that belittlement mindset and feeling every day. And I know that just sounds crazy and it sounds weird, but I just had to make a change. I just had to make the change. And the reason why is because I had people interrupting my shows, walking in during my broadcasts. I had, noises from the hallway and so forth. So I had to make a change. Well, with no one here, I sent a text to the office and the entire staff. And I said, hey, kick me out if you ever need me. But I moved into this office. It was an empty space in the back that we were using as storage. And I designed our own office. So before I do that, I'm going to unplug the unmute. So you should be able to hear me. Yep, you should be able to hear me through just the regular microphone. And I'm going to take you guys on a small tour of my office. Okay, so let me give you an introduction to the Amplified Minds headquarters. And I'm going to actually start by the outside. I'm going to unlock this for a second here. So when you come into our hallway, we live in the Grand Valley Bank office building. Okay. So as you turn to your right, that's our merchant solutions, our merchant processing division. And in there, we have an office space and a suite in the back. And it's pretty cool. But right here, you see the AM, the flame. That's our Amplified Minds headquarters door. Right below it, we have our Profit Vault Venture Capital. And as you enter in the door, the first thing you walk to is this wall here, okay? A little greeting section, right? Our Amplified Minds emblem on the wall. And here is the secretarial desk. This is the L desk that I was living at for the last year and a half, okay? That was my chair. You guys remember over there was my books. That phone was actually hiding in the corner. No one could ever see it. And then, yeah, there was my whiteboard. And then this is my standing desk. I'll just kind of come around the corner here so you can kind of see. I love this desk because of the big L. Lots of space to roll around. Behind me was this beautiful mural by the old bank building. These are old, vintagey, aspen groved windows and carved, okay? I was right next to our printer, which is another thing that was really ruining all the broadcasts, because every now and then someone from one of the offices would be printing, and all of a sudden it would just be this loud clanky noise. And then here are some of our legal offices and consultants just directly across from us, okay? So that's a little bit of a tour, right? As we move into the office, we have this hallway down here. Look, there's another one of our Amplified Mind signs. That's Matt Fritchie's office, our founder's office. And it's a private office. Again, no one's been in the office for a very, very long time. And I've just been sitting here being interrupted at the front desk. You can see that angle there. There's the front door in the hallway. Been interrupted so often, okay? Now, as you walk into this room, this is kind of our boardroom. I call it the boardroom because we have our board table, okay? We have our board table. We've been doing broadcasts in here. That's the window out to Main Street, Heber, the highway. But I call it the boardroom because we have this giant whiteboard on the wall. You see the giant whiteboard? And that's where we do a lot of our masterminds, our personal masterminds, our team meetings, and stuff like that. So, but the one thing that people don't realize is that there's another room. And this is the entrance to my new office. Okay. Now this office has been used and assumed position by some of the most important people in our division and in our business. But the venture capital firm has temporarily moved out. They don't need the office space because now they can work from home, just like everyone else adjusting to the at-home life. And so now there's all this office space. And I decided that this was going to be my new place. So I just moved in. I sent a text to everybody, said, hey, kick me out whenever, but I just needed to change the scenery. So again, it's got these aspen doors, right? And as you walk in, boom, look how high my ceiling is. It's super tall. And I've got this sweet setup here. Okay, so here's my desk. And I've got my ring light here and my desk and my computer screen. In the corner, we've got another phone, but it's a lot more quieter. I do get the sounds of the highway, but it's not too bad. Okay, so this is Cribs edition, right? Cribs, Amplified Minds headquarters, yada, yada. I'm going to be getting a few more microphones to add here, but this is our setup. Here's my ring light. Okay, pretty good. And then here's one of my favorite features too of this office space. I have a space here for visitors. Okay, so you can come and hang out. I've got 2 chairs and a place to kick your feet up. And I decided to take all my books and see that. I decided to put them into a nice bookshelf. And there's my top books, and I'm just going to go down the list here. There's some of my other books. Yes, I have a T-Rex skull, and there's just some of my featured things and yada yada yada. So there you go. There's Amplified Minds Cribs version, and I wanted to show you all that just to kind of show you guys why the backgrounds of my broadcast keep changing, and why. And just look at this. This is such a nice background. I love it. I'm going to plug my speaker back in to my laptop, and we're going to readjust that. So the video is, dude, it already uploaded. It's fantastic. Boom, we're live again. Woo! Hopefully you could hear me this whole time. Awesome. And I'm good to go here. I'm going to just plug it in so we're good. So there you guys go. There was an introduction to our office. And the reason why I wanted to show you all that is because your environment is so important, right? I just talked to you about how the opportunities are endless. But if you surround yourself with things that are just clouding you and interrupting you and distracting you, remove yourself immediately. Walk away. Get up and shake it out. I have been so productive in the 8 hours that I've been sitting in this chair and in this office than I have been the last 3 months I've been sitting over there. Isn't that crazy? So it is so wild. It is so interesting, but I think it's very, very valid. So the reason why I wanted to show all of you that is I think it's super important. Jennifer says, woohoo, looks so great. Thank you, Jennifer. Appreciate you. Yes, sir. Loud and clear. Yeah, I love it. And so anyways, you guys, Millionaire Booklet. I'm reading a few things. You guys may have noticed this on my desk, just so you guys know, the Medical Cannabis Handbook. I have a client who is in the CBD and cannabis industry, and therefore I need to learn my stuff. So just reading up and trying to learn as much as I can. Let's get to talking about our topics today, you guys. This is pretty awesome. Okay, so again, your business boils down to 3 core focuses. Number 1, attract people, aka leads. Number 2, convert them into new clients. And number 3, deliver the solution to their problems. Okay. Bada bing, bada boom. Business is simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. I learned that from Ruben Gonzalez, our good Olympian friend, and introduced to me by Eric Swanson and the Habitude Warrior team. I had the opportunity to interview Ruben and to talk with him about his story and his past and what he's learned about business. And as we jump back into this, I just want you guys to know that the opportunities in your lifetime, in your life, are endless. It's the ones you snag, it's the one you capture, and the ones you take action on that really matter. Okay. I've got a bookshelf full of books that I haven't read. What an opportunistic fail. I've got two computers right in front of me, and I have the ability to reach millions and millions and millions of people, and I haven't done that yet. What an opportunistic failure. But the problem is, guys, is that failure should not define you. It should motivate you. And if you're okay with failure, then you're okay with progress. And I think that's important for us to remember. So as I started today's call, and I wanted you all to say, I wanted you to know that as far as my podcast says, I've reached dozens of countries throughout the world. I want you to know that it doesn't matter how many followers I have. It doesn't matter how many people are liking and commenting. There was a couple days ago, I went an entire hour and nobody commented on my feed. I was like, oh my gosh, I went an entire hour of being alone and talking to my computer screen. And I think on the analytics, no one even watched that replay. And that was interesting to me. And I was like bummed out about it. And I was like, oh man, am I doing bad? Or like, was that the topic I wanted to talk about? It was just a day where no one was there. And I was like, this is good for me. This is good for me to see failure. And I recognized immediately that I wasn't going to let myself get down because no one showed up. Don't ever believe that you're amazing enough that if you will build it, they will come. It's not true. You are amazing. That is true. But if you build it, it's not true that they will come. Okay. So the first thing is you need to attract the people in your life. Recently, I've attracted some really cool people into my life. Alex Rodriguez this morning, Eric Swanson, one of the great speakers in my friend group, and a lot of his friends and a lot of his circles. And I have a lot of people here in the Salt Lake Valley area that I have attracted into my life, but I've attracted to them from the efforts and the work that I'm doing. I've been criticized behind my back by my best friends. It's okay. It's okay. Because in this book, he says, since I lost my quarter, and since that time I've been fascinated with the idea of amassing enough money so no single event or loss would ever cause me to be without. That was the beginning start of Grant Cardone, right? And I know he's going through some things right now that people are all like, oh no, he's a fraud. You guys don't. Everyone shames greatness and it's stupid. But his focus shifted from being someone who would just say, oh man, I lost a quarter. It's just a quarter. I can find another one, right? Anyone else would have said that. But he was devastated that he lost that quarter. And then he learned the lesson well enough to know that he should be in a world where he has endless numbers of quarters. And so no matter the loss of that quarter, it will never affect him. What a cool mindset. So attract the people that you need in your life. Attract the people that will provide you the prosperity, the profits that you want and need in your life. Convert them into your clients. You know how you convert people into your clients? You invest in them. You build them up. You become part of their life. That's it. We have an affiliate agreement with a company called Send Out Cards. And I think thank you cards and writing cards is one of the most noble things you can do. They say that George Washington himself unofficially wrote in parchment through quill somewhere between 2.5 million letters in his lifetime, beginning at the stage of his career as a war general, all the way through the end of his life as he passed away in his bed at Mount Vernon near Washington, D.C. Thomas Jefferson wrote nearly 1.7 million. Fact check me because I think I'm off. I think I'm way off, actually. with Thomas. I'm trying to remember when I went to Monticello and Mount Vernon and visited the estates of these presidents. I'm trying to remember those, but let's just say 1 million plus, okay? 1 million plus letters scrolled, inscribed throughout his lifetime. How many thank you letters have you written? How many handwritten letters and notes have you written, right? How many times have you invested in your friends and have built them up around you? That's what I'm getting at, right? So the time spent converting people into your clients, and this is a general term, right? If we're converting them into our clients, what we're really doing is we're converting them into friends. We're converting them into people who will be in our lives for forever. And then 3 is deliver the solution to their problems. Always find a way to help. The question and the comment that I am most guilty of using, but I am also probably that I am most guilty of using, but I don't think I enjoy saying the most, is let me know how I can help you. Stop saying, let me know how I can help you, and start finding ways to help people. I texted one of my good friends, an incredible all-star in the health industry. She's one of my trusted partners, and she is incredible at what she does. I featured her on our podcast. I've interviewed her a dozen times. I've had her come and train my people on health and gut health and so forth. She's amazing. To me, she is Wonder Woman. And in a moment of need, she texted me and said she could not attend my mastermind. And because of that, she said she was sorry. And I reached out to her and I said, never mind my mastermind. What do you need? And she said, I can't think of anything right now. And I said, perfect, because I shouldn't have asked you. I'm going to find how I can serve you. And then the very next day, I sent her a couple messages, a couple articles, and I found a way to serve her in a way that made her heart lighten up and made her and I become closer as friends. And I recognized in that moment that it was that act of kindness that allowed me to attract people into my life, to convert them into my new clients, no matter what it is, and to deliver the solution to their problems. So stop asking, what is it that I can do for you? Is there anything I can do for you? I can tell you that 99% of people will say no. 99% of people will say no. Because that on the spot needing of help, it's an embarrassing thing, and people aren't willing to take that on. So start searching for ways, start observing, start listening, start watching for what people need in their lives, and take action on that. You want to convert clients into your coaching programs? I'm telling you, all you have to do is first attract them to a conversation, convert them into your new clients by conversing with them, and then deliver the solution to their problems. That's all you have to do. Business is simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. You want to get on more stages? You want to speak on more stages? I need to take my own advice as I say this. I first need to attract to the people who are going to hire me onto those stages. I need to convert them into my clients. And then I need to deliver the solution to their problems. I've done that for 4 people these last couple months, and I've spoken on twice as many stages as I have in the past years. Virtual stages, but they're still stages. You need to sell more product. Again, I need to take my own advice on this. You need to sell more people into your service or get more clients, attract them in the way you do, convert them into your new clients, and then deliver the solution to their problems. Simple. I'm blown away at the simplicity of all that we need to do for this. And it's amazing. So my question to you is, what questions do you have? What thoughts do you have? I'm going to bring up Jennifer. She says, there are no failures, only continuous opportunities for growth. I love that. I love that. And Les Brown always says, if you fall down, which is a failure, it's a failure from standing up, right? If you fall down, make sure you land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up. And I always love that, because failure is inevitable. Failures are okay. If you're okay with failure, that's fine, but it's what you do with that failure. It's good. I like this outward expression of it's only a continuous opportunity for growth. I love that. Thank you, Jennifer. She also says, I write a note every morning for my sweetheart. He figured out that I have written him a different note for 850 times since we met. Wow, that's amazing. But I like to send cards, text messages out of the blue. Me too. So that's amazing. I wish that we could track the number of text messages we sent in our lives. I wish we could. I wish we could track how many messages over Facebook Messenger I've sent, or how many times I've tried to reach out to people, how many emails I've ever sent to people, right? And I feel like the physical card, and I'm going to get this out and show you because this one's been sitting on my desk. This one's been sitting on my desk for a couple days because I need to write a check. But this person I thanked, and I had to handwrite him a note, right? And it's that important that we do that. So consider your strategy, you guys. Consider your strategy to be simple. Consider it to be something that's super measurable. Invest in the people around you. I was on the phone call with a person who I met the other day, and I was not at all in the mindset of being sold, and I was not at all expecting to be sold. And I ended up spending $400 on a product and a membership. One, to invest in this person who is going to help me and train me. Two, because I believe the people around me might need this product too. And three, I just like the person. I don't even know what I ordered. I like the person. I became their client because they took care of me. I'm going to get a package in the mail and I have no idea what's coming. I have no idea what it is. I just said, yeah, let's do it, because it was that important to me, to that person. So today's message is very, very simple, you guys. The four cores of your business should be, or the three cores of your business should be simple: processed, managed, formulaic. Attract new leads, attract new people. However you do that, you do it through your talents. What ungodly amount of content or outward expression can you create that attracts people? Then convert them into your clients. Simple. Convert them into your clients. Become their friend. And then deliver them the solution to their problems. So I'm learning how to do that today, you guys. I think that I have a lot of learning to do and a lot of growth that I need to encourage and improve in my life. But still, I invest in you. So with the 10 minutes left in this live hour, what questions do you have? What questions do you have? How can I help you? Now is a great time to ask anything. She says, time to develop an app for that, John. Yeah, I know. That'd be awesome. I love that. Let me take a swig here. We developed an app, by the way. It's no longer available on the app market. I actually don't know where it went. The owner partner either removed it or whatnot, but we designed an app for accountability, like social media, where you can track your futures and work on your goals together with other people. It was pretty cool. We called it AIM, like a bow and arrow, and you aim or you shoot, right? You aim. And it was cool. And it was cool because it stood for, it had the A and the M from Amplified Minds, and then we had the I. I don't know what the I stood for, but we built that. Jennifer says, I need help with some technical things as well as a guidance for how to get licensed to move forward with my dream. That's awesome. Jennifer, I'm going to say go back to the mastermind replay and just review that and then reach out to those individuals. I promise you that as you reach out to Robert Freeman, that he can steer you down that path. Sometimes it's as easy as just choosing an LLC. You can always change it later. You can always fix it later. An LLC protects you. It protects your clients, and it protects the people who you work with or you hire. It's a great one. Sole proprietorship doesn't really protect you as much as an LLC does, because an LLC allows you for growth. A sole proprietorship just protects you as a person. But you want to open up LLCs and other formats so that you can easily just progress your business. I know that you do that. So that's okay to do within the group. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. That's your mastermind. Jennifer. That's your friend group. Please do. So you need to get licensed for those things. You already have all the licensing you need. You already have everything you need to get started. Just legally get your business up and running. My advice is this. I had a board meeting the other day, and they were talking about marketing and SEO and all these incredible things. And I sat there at the table in silence for about 30 minutes. And then I just threw my fist down. I mean, I wasn't being aggressive or mean. I just kind of put my fist down and I said, before you do any of that, before you do any of this nonsense, okay, none of it matters. None of it matters. Like, I agree. Content is good. SEO is awesome. Marketing is helpful. To be found is amazing. To be able to provide information is great. But if you don't have any of this connected to a bank account that can actually process what you're doing, you don't have a business because you don't have a form to grow. And so I said this in this meeting, and I said, so how do we get paid? And they stumbled over their words. They tried to come up with some things. The truth of it was I respected them for trying. I respected them for trying to develop a solution or an answer to everything. But the truth was we didn't have anything for that little venture. There was nothing that we had that could actually prove that we were a business until we had a bank account that could support it, or that we had a way of taking people's money, or that we had a way of processing. Because at the end of the day, a business can still thrive if you trade resources, but it will run dry when those resources run out. So I had to throw my fist down in this meeting and say, don't tap the brakes, stop everything until we have the means of processing payment. And luckily, we own a payment processing company. We own a merchant account processing company. So I said, okay, let's turn to that division and let's get this done. Let's call up a few banks. Let's get it set up. And within hours, we were already set up, and everything that everyone else was working on was now valuable and relevant. But until then, I had to have a way of paying. The easiest route to go in non-controversial subjects is a PayPal, a Stripe account, or Venmo, that kind of thing. I know that Apple takes payments now, Apple Pay, and I also know that you can actually transact money through Facebook now. But what I will say is that those are expensive, and there are other processors out there that will leave you and give you better rates. And so for small business owners, it's good to consult with your local merchant processor. Jason Curtis was on the line here earlier. Jason is an incredible merchant processor. We own our own merchant processing division, which Jason is a partner of, and we do our thing there. So that was pretty cool. So I hope that helps, Jennifer. Please go into that group and comment and call out the people. I actually need to go in today and tag all our conversations from our private mastermind group. If you're listening, you're like, what mastermind group? Our Habitude Warrior mastermind group. We're going to be launching one again here in the near future on a different day and a different time. And if you're interested in that, please send me a direct message. I can hook you up. Our mastermind is an awesome opportunity to meet incredible people, to surround yourself with the right people. Okay. Brian Wright, who I interviewed on the podcast yesterday, says, crush it, bro. Great to see you. Oh, man, I'm so excited. I had an awesome interview conversation with Brian Wright yesterday. He interviewed our partner, Ryan Fritchie, yesterday. And what a cool opportunity. I won't disclose anything. I won't share anything, but it was just so much fun to connect people with people I love and to connect people in a great world. And that's how you build those clients, okay? Jennifer says, I've been leaning towards LLC with the potential to grow into being incorporated. That's totally fine. That's what I do. All my things, I start out with LLCs. Why? Because I just need to stop thinking about it, the details, the technicalities. I just need to get it out of the way. And then when I do my taxes, my tax provider will say, hey, you should probably upgrade. I'm like, great, let's do that right now. That's all it takes, okay? Technicalities and details. Don't get paralyzed from the analysis, the paralysis of the analysis. And then he says, it was fun. Yeah, it was. It was more than fun. It was awesome. It was an honor. Thank you. Jennifer, you're welcome. Anytime I can help, you know I'm here. And you're awesome. And you have what it takes. You're awesome. And you've got your own show now, which is even more exciting. I can't wait to start looking at your analytics and see who you're reaching in the world. It's amazing. People are amazing. Well, I hope that sums it up. If anyone else has questions, I'm available for 4 more minutes. Okay. And I just got an emergency SOS text. That's 2 days in a row, you guys. Cool. Awesome. Anyways, I want to wrap up today. I've got a lot of stuff I got to do. But today, in today's episode, I gave you the geography lesson by John Kovach Jr. We declared this the welcome to John Kovach Jr.'s live hour. I gave you the cribs tour of our office and my new space. And we talked about the 3 pieces of business you need to always focus on. Nothing else matters. I sit in these boardrooms and these board meetings, and people are talking about, oh, we got to market this. Oh, we got to SEO that. Oh, we got to do this. And I love that stuff. It's all helpful tools. But if you're just getting started, none of that matters right now, because the most important thing that matters is that you invest in the people you know and the people who you're surrounded by. I think it's amazing that you have the opportunity of a lifetime to invest in the people around you. We live in such a cool world. So Jennifer says, P.S. I need help with that. I sent you a PM. Awesome. Thank you again. You're welcome. You're welcome. We'll talk soon. I've been updating season 4 of our podcast, The Circle of Knowledge. And again, shout out to anyone listening who is interested in being interviewed on that show. We air every morning at 8 a.m. Mountain Time. And so if that's of interest to you, let me know. Jennifer, you're one of those people that I'll interview as well. You should sing on it. That'd be awesome. We'll get the guitar out and we'll sing. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, awesome. This has been awesome, guys. Thank you so much. If I can help you in any way, I'm going to look back at the analytics and see who was watching, and I'm going to just try and see if I can capture a conversation with any of you. So anywho, looking forward to more, and have a safe, productive weekend. I can't promise I'll go live tomorrow. I might record my video this afternoon and then feature it tomorrow as a premiere. But I want you guys to know how special you are and how amazing you can be. Your reach is ungodly, is unworldly, man. You can reach so many people in this world. Oh, and one last note. Surprisingly, the majority of my audience, 64%, according to Spotify, is male, and 34% is female. And then 1% is not listed or specified or non-binary. That's good. I love it. I do have a bit of an LGBTQ community that I address to and I work with, friends of mine in that community. And yeah, I love it. I love that they are a represented factor of this. They're a very, very small factor in my audience, but there's a large number of people. And the average age of people who I speak to are 35 to 44, which is interesting because I'm only 30 years old. So a dream of mine has always been to be an expert and a professional in the topic or subject where elderly would look down to me and see that I was a good resource. And just by analytics, it shows that I'm achieving that goal and dream. So that's pretty cool. So again, your horizons, guys, make sure you know what you're aiming towards. Aim. There we go. Awesome. Have a great day, everybody. Love you all. Oh, wait, I wanted to bring this in. Should I come on? Yes, you should. The answer is yes. We should talk. Let's do it. That's going to be awesome. Taylor says, most of my audience is bigger than me. Yeah. And when she says bigger, she means older. I know what you meant. I say it all the time too. I have all these things. By the way, I'm looking for opportunities to be inclusive to the hard of hearing community. And if you have any ideas, please send me a personal message, because I have a friend who I'm trying to work with, and that person is awesome. And I can't wait to include the hard of hearing community in masterminds and in social networks and in professional occasions. I think that that's such an incredible and important piece. They literally are, the forgotten community. They're underappreciated, and no one knows where they are because no one's listening. And it's hard to listen when you can't hear things, right? when you can't hear them, but they are speaking and they're speaking loudly. And so I'm looking for ways to incorporate and accommodate the hard of hearing community so that we can introduce them to masterminds and networking groups and help them build their businesses as well. So just if anyone has any connections or ideas or thoughts, please send me a message. I'm going to be reaching out to that individual today. So I'm looking forward to that. Awesome. Everybody have